Today I'm going to talk about the Spanish conquistadors and the idea of a modern conqueror in Colombia. First, it's important to understand why the Spanish conquistadors left Spain. Their main motivations can be summarized as three words: gold, glory, and God. Gold represents wealth and power for the conquistador. Finding gold was one of their main motivations because it represented a great opportunity to obtain wealth and power. Glory represent ambition and the desire to improve their social position. Many conquistadors wanted to have a social upgrade, gain recognition, and demonstrated their power. Therefore, conquest was also a way for them to achieve greater status and recognition. Finally, there was God. Religion was also an important reason to Spanish expansion because the conquistadors wanted to spread Christianity in the new territories. However, the conquest of America was not simply a matter of technology and diseases. The podcast explained that there was also strategy and politics, as well as unpredictable and chaotic confrontations. The Spanish also made deals and alliances with the different indigenous groups. As a result, the conquest was a much more complex process than simply the Spanish people fighting against all indigenous people. We should also think about what Americas was like before the arrival to the Spanish. There were different society, cultures, and indigenous groups with their own ways of organizing themselves. The arrival to Spanish caused deep change in the societies. There were negative impacts such as violence, diseases, what the transformation of many indigenous cultures and societies. Because of the events, many communities experienced major change in their way of life. However, there were also cultural changes and the creation of the new societies and culture as a result of the encounter between different worlds. Nowadays, a conqueror does not need an army to have a great influence on the world. The podcast mentioned examples such as Elon Musk and, and Mark Zuckerberg, who have enormous influence thanks to technology, business, and data. For the reason, my Colombian modern conqueror will be Simon Barrero, co-founder and CEO of Rappi. I believe that his conquest could be improving economy and employment opportunities in Colombia through technology. Technology can connect people with service, business, and opportunities due to economy, inequality, and the lack of opportunities that exists in some parts of Colombia. I believe that technology leader can help reduce these barriers. For me, a good moral conqueror should have innovation, leadership, empathy, and integrity. These qualities are important because power today is not only about having money or technology, but also about knowing how to use that influence to create a positive impact. In conclusion, tradition conquers soft gold, glory, and the expression of their religion, and they mainly use military and political power. In contrast, modern conquerors can use technology, business, and information to influence in the world. Consequently, I consider Simon Borrero an example of a modern conqueror, not because he conquers territories, but because he used technology to transform the way people and business connect in Colombia.